If you guys want coins for FC24, make sure you check out MMOEXP.com. Their link is down in the description. They're very fast, they're very cheap, they're very reliable, and if you use my code Rema, you can get yourself a lovely 5% discount. So, what's up guys, it's Ash here and welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. In today's video guys, we're going to be going through my 4-3-3 fifth variation custom tactics and player instructions for you guys. I have been using them for the second half of the weekend league. I hope you guys do enjoy the video. Please be sure to drop it a thumbs up as it does really help me out with the algorithm. And with all that aside guys, let's get right into today's video. Okay then guys, so starting off with the tactics for the 4-3-3-5. For the defensive style, we do have this on balance. Now we have it on balance because it does give us the best control over our defenders. So if we want to be aggressive, for example, we can. And then if we want to drop off and be a little bit more passive, we can also do that. For the defensive width guys, we have this on 45. This is because I find it to be nice, narrow and compact. So we can block out all those attacks through the middle of the pitch. At the same time, however, we still have good coverage of the wider areas in case an opponent goes for an attack down the wing. So you want to be narrow in your defense, but not too narrow at the same time. Moving on to the depth guys, this is a preference thing in my opinion. You can pretty much use whatever you want. If you're one of those people that wants to use 71 depth, go ahead. If you want to use 60, that is also fine. Me at the moment, I'm using 55 as it's a bit of a higher depth than the default, so we keep a bit of a higher defensive line, things like that, but it's not too crazy high either, so that's just what I've been using. For the build-up play guys, we pop this on balanced as always. I find it to be the most controlled and the most varied way to build up the play. When you use balance, you can pick and choose when and where you use each type of build-up. So if you want to play slow, for example, you can, and then if you want to switch up and play a bit faster, you can also do that. So balance is the way to go in my opinion. For the chance creation guys, we have this on direct passing as always because it's the only way to consistently attack in this game. Direct passing will make your attackers commit these runs. Your attackers will then wait for the defenders to follow that run, and then once the defender has overcommitted, your attacker will track back so that you can get back to them. So direct passing, very important in my opinion. For the width guys in the attack, we have this on 58 because we are utilizing wingers, so we don't want to bring them too narrow at all times. This keeps them in like a nice natural position, so they don't start off too narrow, and they're also not too wide either where they're literally on the sidelines. So this seems to be pretty balanced in my opinion. We will change this with the instructions however. For the players in the box guys, we have this on 5. This is so we can get a few players into the box without overcommitting everybody, and then the corners and the free kicks is also a preference thing, but we just leave them both on 2. For the centre forward guys, striker, whatever you want to call them, we just pop them on stay central and get in behind. We keep them on stay central because obviously we have wingers, so we don't really need this player drifting out wide. We keep them in the middle so that they can always be relied upon. I know some people like to use balance width and stuff like that, but I still think stay central is probably the most meta option. We also have them on getting behind so we can utilise their pace to get in behind, but because they are that false 9, that centre forward, sometimes they'll drop a little bit deeper as well. So that's one of the main benefits of this 4-3-3-5 in my opinion. Sometimes they'll make that run in behind, other times they'll they'll drop a bit deeper. You just seem to get a few more varied movements. For the wide players guys, I just pop them on cut inside and get in behind, so they start their runs out wide, but then they'll transition more into those narrow central areas, so it's a really nice attacking AI movement in my opinion. Also leaves space for your fullbacks to overlap, which we'll get onto in a moment. And then we also pop them on getting behind as well, so obviously we can utilize their pace to get in behind those higher defensive lines. Now for the CDM guys, the more defensive minded player, we pop them on stay back and cover centre. Stay back obviously since we don't want them flying forward. They are a more defensive minded player, so we always keep them back. Then cover centre so that they do primarily cover those central areas. For the left centre mid guys, I'm using Rolfo here and I pop her on balanced attack, stay on the edge of the box across and cover centre. This is so she will get forward but she won't completely commit into the box. So if we lose the ball, we're not always going to be screwed because she won't have over committed. So we kind of have like the CDM that's always back and then this player that doesn't commit too far forward, if that makes sense. And then for the right centre mid guys, Hullet in my opinion, in my case, sorry, we have them on the same instruction, balanced attack and cover centre, and then we also do have them on get into the box for cross. I pop Hullet on get into the box for cross to obviously get that extra man in the box, and since he's tall, has that aerial play style and those really good shooting play styles, we do want him to get in that area, so that's why we do that. For the fullbacks, guys, on one of them, the more defensive one, stay back and overlap, so we always have at least 3 defenders back at a time. And then for the right back, we have them on balanced attack and overlap. This is to add that extra width, give us that extra player going forward, and it's really useful if you have somebody like this Cafu who has whipped pass plus. That is one of the ideal play styles. But yeah, on your more attacking fullback, balanced overlap, really useful since we do have the wingers on cut inside, so it does leave space for these players to overlap. For the 2 centre backs, guys, we leave them alone, and the keeper, we also leave them alone. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the video, guys. If you have enjoyed or found it useful, please be sure to drop it a thumbs up, sub to the channel if you are new, and don't forget to turn on notifications. And with all that aside, guys, hope you have a great rest of your day. I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace out, guys.